A chilly, soggy night in Spokane, but hey, you could bet on a packed house at McCarthy Athletic Center. 16th ranked Gonzaga hosting Northwest rival Portland, the regular season finale for the Bulldogs, and senior night to boot. Good evening, everybody. Ann Scott's joined by my broadcast partner. That's Helen Williams, former head coach at Merrimack. All right, a tale of two teams heading in different directions. Portland looking to snap that three-game skid. Gonzaga just keeps rolling along perfect in conference play.
Yeah, Portland just trying to right the ship after those three losses, and Gonzaga just fine-tuning on their way to postseason play.
You want a kind of a snapshot view of what Gonzaga has given us? Well, you're going to see it right now. 19th WCC title, and they clinched that a few games ago.
Yeah, but they've got a chip on their shoulder from that tournament last year that they lost to Portland, so they've been playing with that the whole season.
And how about the win streak, Helen? 22 games and counting, tied for second in D1.
Yeah, behind only South Carolina.
That's not bad. 33 straight home wins. You come into the kennel, you're not wearing Gonzaga gear. Usually you go away with a loss.
I mean, look at this crowd. It is phenomenal. The atmosphere is awesome. It's going to be a great game.
Gonzaga and their home whites coming in at 28-2, 15-0 in conference play, while the Pilots in their road, black and purple with the white numbers, 17-11, 9-5. In conference play, and we are underway. Meek, who's dealing with some plantar fasciitis, does get the nod as the starting point guard for the Portland Pilots. Here she is. Burnham, nice ball fake. Loses the handle. Cochran tries to regain the handle, and the ball belongs to the Zags. Portland's got to clean up on the turnover department.
Yeah, they've had several turnovers, to say the least, these last three games, and it's really cost them in terms of points off turnovers that they've given their opponents.
Strong sisters and Maxwell, big headliners starting for this Gonzaga bunch. And on cue, there's Maxwell with the three.
Listen, quick trigger, you have got to get back against Gonzaga. They are going to put up a lot of threes tonight.
Look for Lucy Cochran, the rim protector. She's going to have to be big tonight. Quick 3-0 Gonzaga lead. Whistle blowing that play dead. Foul's going to go against Meek, her first, team's first. So Helen, you've got a Gonzaga club as Kaylee Trong toes the line, where you can close all you want, but how do you close on 5 players?
Yeah, that's the challenge when you play this team. You can't really just focus on one player, and they spread you out, and then you get things like the drive you see there by Trong. So really have to have good communication. You got to pick up the Gonzaga players early to try to keep them from shooting those threes. And you definitely don't want to give an offensive rebound on free throws to give them another opportunity.
You're reading my mind. Inside, fading, there's Cochran with the block. She's one of the best rejectors in the country. But on the mop-up play, there's Kaylee Trong.
Yeah, you know, I thought it was a misprint when I saw they take 29 threes per game, but you see there, that's what they're good at.
Jump ball, possession arrow favoring Gonzaga. There's Mike Meek in his 5th year with the University of Portland. 2 WCC tournament titles in 4 years, 3 20-win seasons, doing a terrific job on the bluff. But another uphill climb for his Pilots against Gonzaga. 7-0, Dogs with the lead.
Move the ball so well. They change sides of the floor. Great pace. Put a lot of pressure on the defense in half court.
Hollingsworth, and I mean Gonzaga, you can't draw up a better start. Wow, 9-0 Bulldog lead. And we're just getting started. Zags, white hot. The 16th ranked Dogs lead Portland 9-0. We welcome everybody who just finished watching men's basketball, Virginia, Boston College. Red hot start for the 16th ranked Bulldogs, Helen. Just the way you draw it up, huh, Coach?
Yeah, 3 for 4 from the field, 2 for 2 from three-point line. Just exquisite ball movement. And and Portland had to call a timeout so they could talk about it. Their leading shooters open on just about every pass.
Helen, moments ago you mentioned chip on the shoulder for Gonzaga because last year in March in Vegas, when it came to the WCC Tournament Championship, Portland got after it and got revenge.
Yeah, and you know, you don't ever want to have a great loss, but we talked to Coach Portier about that earlier today, and that's always going to be in the back of their mind, so they know how important every single game is. Certainly you want to win the game today, but in their back of their minds, they want to get back to that game.
Last year, it was Fowler's huge and one, and then consecutive defensive stops for the Pilots as they win it 64-60. An epic victory for the Portland Pilots, but they say goodbye to Alex Fowler. Haley Andrews blowing out her ACL against Gonzaga last January. And now it's up to the Meeks and the Shears and the Burnhams to lead Portland back to at least contention in the tournament.
Yeah, and they play a lot of young players, so even though we're here at the tail end of the year, they're still getting used to pace and trying to develop some chemistry and, you know, getting used to the college game.
Yvonne Ejim checking in for the Zags. There's the pick, unforced error, Maxwell. Let's see what she does, stepping through and scoring.
And that's where Portland struggles. We talked with Coach Meek earlier today. The turnovers that they have are unforced errors, and they're really self-inflicted. You create those opportunities for teams to score off those turnovers.
Dickey changes hands, and another cough up for the Pilots.
Yeah, just great lateral defense there by Ejim.
A graphic we just showed you, earlier when these two clubs met, it was the conference opener for both teams. That was in Portland early January. And that first quarter lead basically put it to bed for Gonzaga. They're threatening to do it again tonight.
Yeah, and they beat them on the boards too. That was a big part of it. Everything else was fairly even after that. As you see Ejim there with a nice turnaround. Jay, they struggled. They got 20 second chance points in that game as well.
So tonight, Maxwell starts things off with a triple, and then Gonzaga starts going inside.
Well, when you have a team that shoots really well from the perimeter, you spread it out, you can have a lot of one-on-one opportunities for your post players.
Meek wants to find Burnham. Angle wasn't there. 10 on the shot clock now for Cochran.
Yeah, they should keep, well, they had the mismatch there. Should keep trying to exploit that.
Shear had a wide open triple. Ejim, and on the run, Gonzaga, but now they'll pull it out to the half court, and they are dangerous whether they're in transition or dialing things up from that half court. Ejim inside position, a rare miss for Gonzaga. Here comes Portland, they've got to score.
A good defensive transition by Gonzaga. Still another mismatch there with Trong and with Dickey, and they're not looking for her.
Ejim, the pick. Ejim corkscrewing in. Great job by Corcoran to alter that shot. There's a good look at Lisa Fortier. 261 career wins, 8 straight 20-win seasons. So we'll go the other way as Maxwell picks up her first, team's first. Fortier has just been unbelievable.
Yeah, Portland just struggled to make basic passes here against the Gonzaga defense.
5 turnovers now on this Portland team as Hypens checks in for Gonzaga. And Kiana Hamilton reporting for duty for the Pilots. One and done. Here's Hamilton, transfer out of Long Beach State. But it's 13 Love. Another turnover. This is unbelievable.
Nice
Ejim
pass.
running the floor. And how about recently Ejim announcing to Bulldog Nation she's coming back next year, and the place went nuts.
See, there's where they have the advantage there, and they should take heed and try to exploit that even more, because all the players for Portland, they're 6 foot, 6'1", 5'11", And you can do that. You can post up the guards. See here the unforced error, and just a beautiful pass. And look away there by Trong to Ejim.
And Ejim beating everybody down the floor for the layup. Ananiev, one of the conference's best freshmen, checking in for Portland. She wears number 2.
Battle down there with Little and with Cochran in the middle.
My goodness. 7th turnover. Portland averages about 18 turnovers a game, but they already have 7, and we still have 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here comes the Heat.
Well, they do a good job of turning teams over, but they give it right back to them with their own turnovers.
And if they're not making baskets, it's really hard for them to apply that pressure. Ejim, so strong. Front women off. Hypens. Clever. And finally, the Pilots mop up with the defensive carom. Gonzaga had its chances. Sheer, tough shot and take.
And there's where she is really effective for them getting downhill, and then you can apply that pressure. Try to get some turnovers of your own.
Sheer's got all 4 Portland's points. She averages 12 points a pop, leads the club. Ananiev, steal, and 4 straight points for the Pilots.
And that's where they are so effective, because they're all 6-foot long arms, and they get into passing lanes.
Ejim, mid-range, you bet.
So Portland wants to run whenever they can. Defensive transition by Gonzaga.
Hamilton thinks twice as Ejim plays the good help defense. Dickey, ball poke checked away. Another turnover. Ejim on the run. Kaylee, Trong, rimming out. Dickey transferred out of San Francisco. Good rebound there, but Portland's got to take advantage.
Yeah, well, we talked with Coach Meek today about when they are passing on those dribble drives, they're getting rid of the ball way too late. And when you see Hamilton in there, usually they spread it out and let her drive. So we'll see if they do that here.
3:10 left to go in this first quarter. It's been all Gonzaga. Oh, baby, Dickey drills the triple, and did Portland need that?
Yeah, spread it out here with Hamilton. That's a really good timing on the pass there for the 3-point shot, and really big shot that Portland needed.
You know, only a few games remain in the women's basketball regular season. So Thursday, we've got 2 of the biggest on the docket. Elizabeth Kitley, number 5, Virginia Tech, taking on freshman phenom Hannah Hidalgo, and number 17, Notre Dame. That happens at 7 Eastern on ESPN, of course. Then on ESPN2, Angel Reese, number 9 LSU, squaring off against Georgia.
Set your clock, folks. Those are going to be 2 really good games.
Here's some numbers to chew on, partner.
Well, I mean, it could be worse, actually. So you're not down by as many as you could have with all the turnovers. And Gonzaga 7 for 14.
9 turnovers for Portland, and they're in this game. Helen, to your point. Esther Little on the floor for Gonzaga now.
Portland comes out in the matchup zone here. Pretty much turns into player-to-player on the ball screen, so got to take advantage of the one-on-one opportunities that you get.
Mogul, Fraley, a couple of pups checking in for the Pilots basket. Didn't want that one. Crowd thought that was in for sure, but another offensive rebound. There's the ball fake. Oh boy, crowd loving this one. Not quite there, ball pinging around, and it'll belong to the Pilots.
So good defense stance. You come out, you change your zone to, change your defense to zone, and you're able to get those outside shooters, so they have to drive, and still allowed them to have an offensive rebound, but ended up getting it here. That's one of the things you have when you have a zone. It's really hard to put a body on somebody and rebound, so they gave them a couple of opportunities. They were lucky they didn't finish them.
So mopping up a little spillage, and the way Gonzaga started, it looked like it was gonna just be a blowout, but the Zags have cooled off 2 of their last 10 from the floor, allowing Portland to stick around.
Yeah, they just did a really good job of not allowing them to have as much space as they did at the beginning of the first quarter. They just let them have a whole lot of space. They let them move the ball around, change sides of the floor. Didn't let them do that here in the last 4 minutes.
My goodness. That must have been one heck of a spill from one heck of a water bottle. Lord have mercy. Look at that laundry bucket over there. Gee whiz. All right, let's play on.
So now you see Gonzaga change their defense. A little 1-3-1 here. We'll see what Portland does with that. The corners are going to be open, especially on the baseline.
Plenty of time. Inside, good look. Not there. Fraley thought she had an open look right at the cup. Gonzaga's defense doing a nice job of closing. Kaylin just waits for the defender to go by and says, nah, I got this.
Yeah, well, that's a mistake there by the freshman. She needed to get back up on her with her arms up. I mean, she's 6'1". I'm sure she'll be told about that when she comes to the bench. You cannot give them any space. Any space.
Any space. All new faces for the Portland Pilots, whether they're freshmen or transfers, on the floor right now. Ananiev forcing that shot. Haley Trong will corral it, trot it up. $1:25 left to go in this opening quarter. Oh boy, that's execution, coach.
Yeah, just great. Listen, they average 20 assists per game, so that's a perfect example of it right there. Very patient. They take what the defense gives them in transition. You never see them sped up.
It's a great point. Dickey, another three, back rim and off. Good rebound by Hybens, who had the position. And now a minute left in the first quarter. 22-9. Gonzaga with the lead. Little the Brit gets rid of it. Short corner. Ball up for grabs. Ananiev. Quick hands, you love that by Kaylin Trong if you're a Zags fan.
Now the ball movement for Gonzaga, as I said earlier, is exquisite there. You see Trong, the defense backing off of her, an easy shot there, and then just a tremendous pass. The hockey assist really for Trong there.
Big time as Maxwell and Ejim check back in. Anybody's ball. Ejim 50-50, not there. Takes a little time off that shot clock though. 15 now for Hamilton and company. Ooh. Big stick for Hamilton.
She hits threes, that's good for them. She normally is a driver, so that's good for Portland. They're trying to put pressure on the ball here. I think they got a little bit out of sorts. As you see the opportunity for Maxwell in defensive transition, I think there was some miscommunication there, and Hamilton late coming over, trying to stop a three-point shot.
Ejim celebrates, and from deep, oh man, the foul and one, count the three, 4-point opportunity for one of the 5 seniors honored before the game. What a career. A triple in every single game this season. Get a load of this. Brenna Maxwell has played in 148 career games going into tonight between Utah and GU. Hit a triple in 136 of them. My goodness, Hamilton to beat the buzzer. Blocked! Whoa! Foul is gonna go against Little.
See if she got any part of the hand there. I don't know about that, partner.
So Little pinged for that foul, her first, team second, with just a smidge left on the clock. Hamilton, who's been battling injuries, hits the first one.
Yeah, still, you'd rather her have that foul here with 1.2 seconds left than Hollingsworth or Ejim. Hamilton, I think, needs to give them some good minutes.
So that'll do it for the first quarter, dominated by Gonzaga, who has been unbeatable at home, 26-14 after one. If you're a Gonzaga fan, Helen, you're looking at this season profile and resume saying, we need to be hosted.
Yeah, I mean, they have challenged themselves. You see that net of 12, so they've had a tough schedule. They went 3-1 in the Pac-12 against the Pac-12, so you cannot say that they have not played tough competition.
second reveal is tomorrow. That's going to tell us a lot. But Gonzaga, as the second quarter is underway, doesn't kid itself, Helen. They really believe they need to win tonight and then run the table at the tournament to be guaranteed that fourth slot.
No question, that is what they can control. You see the really nice pass from Hollingsworth to Egypt. They worked on that in practice yesterday, post to post in that short corner area.
Nice job by Shear to fly in for that weak side rebound. Goes all the way down, nothing called. Little and Shear get tangled up, and we'll go the other way. Here's Kaylee Trong. Second quarter underway, 26-14. Gonzaga with the lead as Trong loses the handle. Kaylin Trong checks back in for Gonzaga. Meek back onto the floor for the Pilots. You mentioned points off turnovers in that first quarter, and you look at the scoreboard, and there's your difference.
Yeah, and for them, they just have to take better care of the basketball. Portland, those turnovers were not really forced errors, they were unforced errors. You see Meek there with the three-point opportunity. That has been plaguing them for the last 3 games, just giving the ball to their opponent and giving them way many more possessions on offense. And you do not want to give Gonzaga more opportunities on offense.
What a pass by Hollingsworth. The cut was beautiful by Egypt, and Hollingsworth finds her.
Yeah, and that's not by accident. They drilled that yesterday in practice. Their coaches did a great job of talking to them about what would be open against that zone.
28-14. Pilots need a bit of a run. Burnham.
A nice backdoor.
Terrific job by Burnham and Shear. They work so well together. And Kaylin Trong picks up that foul, her first, team's first. Here's your execution, Helen.
Yeah, just great job there inside, post to post. Hit your buddy there on the weak side. They are getting downhill, which is how they can beat the Zags, but they have to have better weak side help.
Free throw shooting, one of Portland's strengths, to be sure. Leads this conference in blocks, and they do the most when they get to the line, as Shear hits a couple. And any points at this point, Helen, to give these guys hope going into halftime, huge.
And it allows them to set up their press,
yes,
and try to speed up Gonzaga. But one of the things that Coach said today, Coach Meek, before the end of practice, was transition, take away the threes, and rebound. You cannot allow them those opportunities in transition. That is their fast break.
Unbelievable, yeah, and Maxwell's obviously going to pull the trigger from anywhere. Logo kid.
Yeah, I mean, she has a really quick trigger, does not need a lot of time to get the shot off, certainly not a lot of space.
Maxwell, one of the best three-point shooters in the country. 31-16. Meek, not there. Cochran with the board. Let's see if she tries to put it up. Actually puts it on the floor and gets in trouble. Possession arrow favoring Gonzaga.
Yeah, you cannot bring the ball down. Those little people.
And there's your three-point numbers that just kind of stagger the mind.
I thought that was a misprint, 23.9, and those are good shots for them. It's not like they take bad shots.
Well, they're shooting 40% from beyond the arc. 40%, and they're jacking them up all night long. Smartly played by Ejim. 15 on the shot clock now, and Ejim is going to let Kaylin set things up. Step back. Cochran skies. She's been good on the boards, as you would expect. Stands at 6'6", the transfer from Oregon.
Tom did a great job there getting over that screen for the handoff.
Shear gets it home. She cut at the last second, and Shear was able to find Cochran. And I love how Shear did not panic.
Yeah, she is really good in terms of knowing where her teammates are, and just a nice cut there by Cochran.
There's a good look at Lucy Cochran, one of the best shot blockers in the country. She's led the WCC in block shots the last couple of years, trending towards yet another title this year. Dickey hesitating, faking, and scoring.
Nice job there getting behind the defense. Good read there. Good patience in the half-court offense by Portland.
Dickey now with 5 points. Shear's got 6. Hamilton with 5. But it's Maxwell already in double figures for Gonzaga, with the 12 points and 3 triples. Maxwell having herself a game. Long ball, not there. Trong's sister spied it out. Kaylee with the board, slipping it inside. And 1. Hybens runs the floor, and actually that was Kaylin that found her.
That's the second time they've done a really good job of just running the floor. Matching up in transition, that was open because everybody's so worried about the three-point shooters when they come down in fast break.
Yep.
That middle is going to be wide open for the post to just run down the pipe.
That's a great point. Hybens, the junior out of the Netherlands, enjoying a career year. She misses that free throw, but enjoying a career year for Gonzaga. Burnham needs to get going for the Pilots. Back rim and off. There's a rebound by O'Connor, who has just checked in.
Gonzaga using a bit of their bench early here in this game today, earlier than normal.
9 on the shot clock. Kaylin throws it away. Naniev wants to run, instead throws it away.
I'm actually impressed that there's no reaction from Coach Meek, because they had several of those unforced errors. They had opportunities where they could score. They haven't gotten a whole bunch in the half court. They need to take advantage of the fast break opportunities they have.
It's a good look at Meek, who loves the athleticism and depth of this club, but it's a very young team when you go deep into that bench. There's Ananiev playing the good D on Trong, but Shear gets a little over-aggressive. Her first, team's first of the quarter.
I think Ananiev is going to be really good for Portland.
Yep.
She's just got to get a year under her belt, get some more strength. The length that she has on the perimeter for them is really helpful in their defense.
7-time freshman of the week honoree is Ananiev. Crowd loved that. What a fake by Trong, and then she cans it.
I mean, just so smooth. Everybody from Gonzaga that shoots threes, just they don't need a whole lot of time, a whole lot of space to get their shot off, and it's just a normal part of their offense.
36-20 inside. Cochran misses the bunny. You got to hit that one, Coach. Maxwell.
There you see the example of the long arms.
You mentioned the high percentage shooters as Maxwell limps to the bench. Everybody's dangerous.
Everybody can shoot. Everybody has their feet square, ready to go. No matter where the defense is coming from, they're going to hit that three.
Biggest lead of the game for 16th ranked Gonzaga. You're looking at it, 36-20. Zags with the lead over the visiting Portland Pilots moments ago, Helen. Brenna Maxwell, who was having a terrific game, gets tied up and looks to maybe injure an ankle or a foot.
Yeah, not quite sure what went on there, but they definitely need her, so hopefully she'll come back after halftime.
One of the most prolific three-point scorers to wear Gonzaga gear in her years here, the transfer from Utah. Speaking of three-pointers, you see that graphic, Helen.
Yeah, it started off in that first quarter, but really what it gave them was an opportunity to get a lot of two-point shots from their post players running, on the break, because the defense in transition was so spread out.
So whistle blows that play dead. O'Connor picks up her first, team's second. Here's Hamilton. Again, missing those games recently with a bum knee, but she's back with the Pilots in terms of cleared to play, and that's big for Mike Meek. This is a Portland team mired in a 3-game skid. But when you look at the standings, Helen, they really want one of those coveted top 4 slots so that they can get a first-round bye.
Yeah, you want to get some rest if you can. Again, down the pipe there. Just fortunately, Hollingsworth blew the shot, but that's going to be available at halftime. They've got to take care of that in terms of their preparation coming out of halftime. It's not to allow that, but kind of hard when you got to get out on the shooters.
Ananiev with the wild 3-point shot, so we're staying at 36-20, 3:10 left to go in the second.
It's a good matchup with Ananiev on Strong, the long arms, trying to keep her from seeing that she can pass.
O'Connor takes her eye off the ball. So standings critical now as we head into the final weekend of regular season play.
Yeah, you get the double bye if you're in the top 2, and then the single bye if you're in that top 4. So every game matters for sure.
Gonzaga having already clinched the regular season championship. They've got that double bye already wrapped up. Ananiev is going to try again. Not there. Hollingsworth, one of the 5 seniors honored before the game. Good position there. And Ananiev is going to get nicked for her for that foul.
That's a good matchup, though. Strong is going to struggle with her on her. Let me go back to the zone here.
Ananiev with her first foul. Ejim so strong. Good interior defense. Dickey playing Ejim straight up. But another offensive rebound results in Hollingsworth. She'll go to the line.
Yeah, last time these two teams played, Gonzaga had 19 offensive rebounds, and that really struggled. Made Portland struggle. They gave 20 second chance points, and you can't have that.
What an ESPN women's basketball triple dip we have for you on Sunday. It's the regular season finales. South Carolina looking to make history and finish undefeated. They'll square off against Tennessee. That's at noon Eastern. Then, number 17 Notre Dame hosts number 22 Louisville, and the afternoon capped off. Rivalry game, Duke, North Carolina. Nothing else needs to be said.
It's almost that time, best time of the year. Oh, great defense there by Gonzaga, just not allowing Portland to get into the lane and get downhill.
Great to see Maxwell. Boot is off, ice is on, but great to see her back on the bench. Maxwell with 12 points to lead all scorers. 50-50 ball, jump ball, possession arrow favoring the Pilots, but back to Maxwell. Started this game with the triple. Had a bunch of those, had a 4-point play, but then looked like she twisted an ankle or something, but had to go to the locker room, back on the bench, but ice on that bad wheel.
Yeah, just did a tremendous job. I mean, she was out here, we were here early, 2 hours before. She was out here shooting jumpers too, so not surprised. It's a great start for her. Hopefully she can play in the second half.
Shear back in, quick hands, Kaylee Trom, plenty of time on the shot clock for the Pilots. Wide open to Shear, can't hit it. Into the hands of Little, and here comes Kaylee Trom.
It's one and done for Portland. They have zero second chance points.
Buck 45 left to go in this second quarter. The roll was there for Ejim. So Spear picks up that foul. Her first, team's 5th.
We'll off to see Hollingsworth drive, so good for her to take advantage of that. What she thought was a mismatch there on the perimeter.
Aussie toes the line. She gives you 10 points a pop. 85% free throw shooter. Every year, Hollingsworth, the numbers, the productivity just keeps getting better and better. 40-20.
Where does Portland get their offense from? I've seen a few times where they've had really good opportunities with mismatches close enough to guards, but they just seem to ignore it.
Portland 0 for their last 8 when it comes to three-pointers, and they've been trying a bunch of them. Here's another one, Hamilton. The icy shooting from beyond the arc continuing for the Pilots.
Well, you can't get into competition with Gonzaga where you're shooting threes and they're shooting threes. And they only shoot about 29%, I think, from three-point range.
Zag 6 for 12 from distance. Boy, I just love how Trong understood defense, not their seam. I'm going to hit.
Just does a great job of getting below the defender on that shot.
Trong now with 8. Kaylin. Pump fake. Hitting the deck there, stumbling is Hollingsworth. We're going to go the other way. Portland's got numbers. Wow, are they going to wave the basket off? They are going to wave that basket off, and Burnham is whistled for that foul. Tough luck for the Pilots.
Yeah, just great hustle here. And she's set outside the circle. And they actually talked about that too in their shoot around, about her trying to get to the basket and getting out there. You see how far she was out past the circle. Good hustle there by Trong.
Well, 2 personal fouls on Burnham. Ananiev with 2 fouls as well. So Burnham will sit. Florence Dallow in for the Portland Pilots.
That's a big loss for them, not having her out there, even if it's just for one possession.
Shot clock off, game clock at 8 right here. Here's Ejim driving. Dickey gets her. Dickey thought she got all ball, but they're going to whistle her for that foul.
Just a great job of Hollingsworth clearing out there and giving Ejim that path to the basket.
Here's Ejim. On every single mid-season, late-season watch list known to man, that kind of season Ejim is having. Goodness.
She certainly does take advantage of the fact that her teammates shoot really well from beyond the arc.
Yeah.
She has a lot of one-on-one opportunities in there.
You got to put it up if you're Hamilton. Good if it goes. Front rim and off. But all Gonzaga this first half, 43-20. The Zags with a healthy lead going into the locker room. Everybody getting into the act. Hot shooting, selfless play, good defense and rebounding. It all adds up to a big fat old lead. All right, we're going to head back to our ESPN studios as halftime commences here at McCarthy Athletic Center. Huge crowd on hand for senior night. Home cooking for the Zags, 43-20 at the break. We're in Spokane, specifically the McCarthy Athletic Center, affectionately known as the Kennel. 16th ranked Gonzaga all over Portland, 43-20 in WCC women's play. And Helen, delighted to have you with us. Your take from the first half, what do you got?
Gonzaga shooting three-point shots just like they do, and they open it up for those post players. Portland just turning the ball over way too much, giving Gonzaga way too many opportunities on offense. They've got to take better care of the basketball.
Early on, that 3 from Maxwell loosened things up, and then Gonzaga starts pounding it inside, so you pick your poison if you're defensively, coming at you.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to play on this team if I was a post player, because I know I would get one-on-one opportunities all the time because my teammates shoot so well from the perimeter. They spread that defense out.
All right, we talked about the three-point shooting, and Gonzaga did a lot of that in the first half to loosen up that Pilot defense.
Yeah, just great ball movement, some miscommunication there by the Portland defenders there. You see Ananiwe just not playing on Trong, and then just really good ball movement. You see the 4-point opportunity there for Brenna Maxwell at the beginning, and because they shoot so well, they're going to get opportunities in the fast break. For the post players, they're going to run hard because they know they're going to get the basketball inside, sharing it there, buddy-to-buddy pass there. And then the Trongs do a great job. They know they're going to get the ball to their post players, and then if they run hard. So you really, if you are Portland, just like their coach said in their shoot around today, we've got to have great defensive transition. We've got to stop the threes, and then we've got to rebound. They haven't been able to do that so far.
We're going to look at Maxwell's 12 points, those 3 triples. She had to go to the locker room with a foot or an ankle injury. Glad to see her back on the bench, and she ran out onto the floor to warm up for the start of the second half.
Yeah, you certainly want to make sure that, you know, she's okay, and a little gimpy when she ran out, but ran out nonetheless, so hopefully she'll be able to play here in this second half.
12-0 Gonzaga run to end the second quarter. The Zags have won 29 straight regular season games against the Pilots, and in really good shape to make it 30 straight. What a first half. Efficient, proficient, and the numbers bear witness, Helen.
Yeah, but you know, Portland, they started really bad because they kept turning the ball over, but they got themselves together in the second quarter. They caused 8 turnovers for Gonzaga with their press. They just couldn't hit. I think they took way too many outside shots. They weren't patient enough to take advantage of some mismatches they had on the guards in the post. So they have to do a better job of taking advantage of inside that paint area, whether it's drives or on the post-ups, and really just stop giving the ball to Gonzaga and giving them opportunities on offense.
If you're Mike Meek, you know you can't make this all up in a quarter. So what's the objective in this third frame?
The objective is to go basket by basket, try to get some baskets in the paint, and then really you want to score because their bread and butter is on their press, but you can't press if you don't score.
All right, so we're moments away from the start of the third quarter. Maxwell on the floor for the Zags. That's good news. Great crowd on hand here at the Kennel. Third quarter underway. Maxwell moving well. Missing that first shot of the third quarter, but looks like she's feeling her oats.
Yeah, where you're really going to see it is not necessarily on offense. You're going to see it on who she's defending in terms of her lateral movement of that ankle.
Dickey will square. Cochran, no way she was going to thread the needle there. Another turnover, and here's Gonzaga.
Well, good idea, though, off the curl. Just not very good execution there. See, there's a mismatch right there.
Wow, look at the seal in the hoop. Egypt now in double figures. You'd expect nothing less from Egypt. Averages 20 a pop as Shear banks it in.
So now you see Portland able to set up their press. I expect them in the second half to maybe try to trap a little bit more than they did in the first half to create some more turnovers.
Egypt now double figures in 35 straight games. Automatic. Here she is. And there's the cut to the basket, but then Egypt kind of pulls up. Now she's establishing herself down low. 3 on the shot clock. And as the shot clock was about to expire, Egypt gets the shot off and draws the foul.
Yeah, you've seen they here made a concerted effort to get the ball inside to Egypt on these first couple of possessions. They've been very patient. See here, just a nice screen to roll, and the seal there, just getting the defender on her back.
Yep.
They've had some mismatches in that first half that they didn't take advantage of. When you have that screen and roll and you've got Miko, you've got to get her the basketball. Forget the rest of the play. You've got to get her the basketball.
So Egypt hits them both. Should mention that Burnham picks up her 3rd foul, that 3rd infraction, putting Egypt on the line. 47-23. Burnham's going to have to be careful. Meek leaves her on the floor.
Well, it's going to give Ananiev some more time. You're going to have to play her in the second half with those fouls.
Nice job by Shear, stepping back. She's in double figures with 11, just below her seasonal average. Now you got to get stops if you're the Pilots, Helen. Long ball, rimming out. Dickey tips it to herself, and here comes Meek.
And like that, you don't want to give them more than one opportunity so you can run your transition offense here if you're Portland.
Meek into trouble. Keeps the ball alive and now looks for help. Finds it in Cochran. Gets it right back.
Good switch out there. See Hollingsworth on Meeks. This will be interesting here at the top of the key.
6 on the shot clock. Cochran. Meek steps away from the defender, short on that shot. Maxwell. Wow. She'll get another and one opportunity. This time takes the nudge on the baseline.
Yeah, smart play there. Getting the ball here, and you've got a smaller player on you. Got Meeks there. You got to go up for the shot.
So Meek picks up her second. Foot looking okay on that play, that's for sure. As Maxwell
always going to run half faster on offense than they are on defense when they're hurt, so I'm not surprised.
50-25. Maxwell now with 15.
There's a mismatch there with Cochran on Trong. They don't see it. Now finally they see it.
And Cochran nudges it home. So Kaylin Trong will have a seat as Esther Little will check in. Here comes some heat. You'd expect the applied pressure on the dead ball, and Portland does just that.
I thought Hollingsworth gave up her real estate there. Came all the way across the lane, just needed to stop right there in the middle. They would have given her the basketball.
And Corcoran did a really good job of cutting Kaylee Trong off. Trong thinking twice about going up against the 6'6" Cochran and throws it away. Ejim all over Dickey. Wide open Shear, she loves that shot. Wild attempt though. Ball fake, pull up, you bet. Maxwell having herself a game.
Yeah, she's one of the best on the team. She can score. You got a bunch of three-point shooters. You want to run them off the line, but she's very capable of scoring in that mid-range area.
17 points now for Maxwell, 3 over her seasonal average. Here on senior night, she was honored, and it's a special game for her, that's for sure. Cochran. She did a nice job of getting rid of the defender, but then the wild shot under the basket. Trong all the way! Kaylee Trong and one, baby!
Yeah, somebody's got to pick up the basketball early, and Portland did not. She does a really good job of just change of pace here. She's just a little slow here. She's just reading. She sees nobody's going to guard her, and then she speeds up there to get the and one opportunity.
So another foul going against Shear. She's got 3, and she'll take a seat. So she and Burnham have 3. 3-point play for Kaylee Trong, 55-27.
Portland's not a very deep team, so they're going to miss Shear, obviously their best player on offense.
Ananiev back on the floor for the Pilots. Like the idea by Hamilton, just didn't have the angle off the glass. High percentage shot, nudges in.
I love about her, she never gets sped up, never looks out of control.
Everything going right for Gonzaga, everything going right. Nice hustle play by Hybens on that weak side. When we come back, Gonzaga will try and add to the lead, and it's a big one. All right, time to take a look at tonight's Wooden Watch presented by Principal You-Know-Who, Caitlin Clark.
She's got a little bit of a game. She can play a little bit.
Oh, knocking on the door at Maravich's
Needs 17
record.
more points, right?
Now, it's not many, and it's going to go down next time they play
probably get that in the first
whomever.
quarter.
Yeah. So 57-27, Gonzaga with a huge lead over Portland. The Zags in their regular season finale, it's senior night. 33 straight at home. That's the streak we're talking about with the Zags. Overall, 22 straight for the Zags. All those numbers are going to keep on going up.
You do want to think about Brenna Maxwell. Do you need to have her in the game at this point? You're up by 30. You might want to give her some rest. I know it's senior night, but make sure she's ready for the next set of games.
Burton, by the way, picks up that foul. Her first, team's first. I knew as a coach you would go there with Maxwell, Helen. I just knew it.
Well, I mean, obviously this game is important, but you're always thinking about the next game. You don't want your players to think about the next game, but you are.
The next game for Gonzaga will be at the WCC tournament in Las Vegas. They have already secured the double bye, which puts them in the semifinals. They are the team to beat as Dickey chases down her own miss. Every single conference victory for Gonzaga this year, Helen, has been in double figures. Every single one.
Well, the closest game they've had is Pacific, where they only won by 13. When they've lost games, it's really because other teams have been able to penetrate and get points in the paint, and really most of the teams have struggled. See the points in the paint for them today. They have 14, which is actually pretty good, considering how they've been playing.
Gonzaga has really gotten well from two-point distance, if you will, in this second half. No threes. Everything high percentage like that, as Hybens with the English gets it home. Ananiev not there. Burton.
Well, Portland has just been brutal from three-point range here. So see Ananiev playing really hard on defense, getting an opportunity there.
So Kaylin Trong fouls Ananiev. No basket. Her second, team's second, as O'Connor will check in for Maxwell. Look at the numbers here, just high percentage all the way. I don't care where you're shooting it from if you're wearing Gonzaga gear. So Meek picks up her third, fifth team foul against the Pilots. So checking in is Natalie Fraley, the sophomore transfer out of Utah State for the Portland Pilots.
Trying to get a little bit more ball handling in there.
Well, we have a second. Two of the top teams in the Big 12 squaring off Saturday in our ABC men's basketball featured matchup. 7th-ranked Kansas taking on number 15 Baylor. Coverage begins at 1 Eastern, noon Central. All right, so you're the NCAA Women's Basketball Committee. Second reveal is tomorrow. What this Gonzaga team has done, body of work, says we want to host, we deserve to host. What would you say to that?
I would say yes. You know, they're 3-1 against the Pac-12. They have challenged themselves outside the conference. Everything is within their control. They're going to go undefeated in the regular season. Now, we'll say that, you know, I think they're going to have to win their conference, but certainly they should get serious consideration.
2 on the shot clock.
Excuse me.
Knew what you meant. The tournament in Vegas, you bet. They've already clinched to have the Zags the regular season title. What Helen's talking about is that all-important postseason tournament in Vegas.
I'm going to be there. That's a hot place to be for the tournament.
Look at that. The great release by Hollingsworth. Yeah, cannot wait. 16-2 run now by Gonzaga.
see Cochran out there trying to create some more offense on the perimeter with the smaller lineup for Portland.
Meek loses the handle. Kaylin Trong behind the back, whipping it. Little. Place just wanted to erupt. Gonzaga having a little fun on this possession. Now they'll bring it out. Buck 30 left to go in the third quarter. This game decidedly in the back pocket of Gonzaga. Good job by the long arms of Ananiev. All right, so here's the resume, the season profile, if you will, that we're talking about, Helen.
Yeah, and, you know, you have to challenge yourself outside the conference, and I think that Gonzaga's done a really good job of that. Talked with Coach earlier today about how difficult it is to schedule because Gonzaga is so good.
Three-pointer. So when Gonzaga beat Stanford, number 3 Stanford here at the Kennel, I mean, that is a statement victory. And the crowd went so nuts that the student section broke the bleachers. But the committee's got to take stuff like that, not the broken bleachers, but the quality win against Stanford here at home. They'll take on anybody, Will Portier's club, and make magic happen.
Well, and I do think most important as well is they do pass the eye test. I mean, you look at the numbers too, but with the eye test, I mean, they've got great shooters. They've got good balance with their post players in terms of scoring.
Yeah, well put. They do pass the eye test and everything else.
Nice cut, nice pass.
Dallow takes some heat. Contact will play on. .37 seconds left to go in this quarter. Great hustle rebound by Hollingsworth. And that sets up the 3 ball by Kaylee Trong. But that's the hustle board by Hollingsworth.
Yeah, when you have a lot of three-point shots, you're going to have those long rebounds. So, again, giving them another opportunity to score. You want to be one and done if you can. It has been almost 7 minutes since Portland has scored.
Wow, what a drought. Got to put it up if you're Kaylin. Nope, she's going to give it to her sister. Yeah! The Trong sisters. Looking at the crowd, waving to the crowd. Oh! What a moment to end the third quarter.
Well, hey, you got to show some love to your sister. Giving her an opportunity here. She hit one on one side. You figure, well, let's just go ahead and go sister to sister. Hit one on the right side. Nice execution, nice extra pass, nice love for your sister.
Over 6,000 here at the Kennel to honor 5 seniors earlier tonight, Helen.
Yeah, the Trong sisters obviously a big part of that. Doing a great job here, finishing out strong.
Great shot of the sisters walked out by their family. Brenna Maxwell, Destiny Burton, Eliza Hollingsworth. There's a great shot of Kaylin Trong, and there's her sister, Kaylee. Brought the house down the way they combined for that shot to end the third quarter.
Yeah, it was pretty basketball.
Fourth quarter underway. The last 6 minutes of the third quarter, Gonzaga scored 22 points. (72-27) as we enter the fourth and final quarter.
Well, we expected Gonzaga to play really well, but really Portland just shot themselves in the foot several times here. I think they played pretty decent in that second quarter, but the first and the third was really struggled. That last quarter, it's 29-7 in favor of Gonzaga.
Ananiev not able to can the 3. This has been a clinic run by Gonzaga tonight, an absolute clinic.
And if you're Portland, this doesn't feel good, but it's a great learning opportunity. You're getting some playing time, some real-time experience, and you know what you have to do to get better individually and as a team.
Well, this will extend Portland's losing streak to 4. And a lot of the pups will get playing time, including Spear, who rims out. Block inside, Hollingsworth. Crowd appreciates that. Again, over 6,000 here at the Kennel.
This is a great crowd. They do a tremendous job of supporting men's basketball here at Gonzaga.
Well, they sure do. And that's another, you know, kind of a trump card that you want to use if you're Gonzaga in terms of hosting, is you're going to pack this place regardless of who's playing. Maxwell does a great job of selling that foul. Spear got her second.
A little bit of acting there.
33-game home win streak. The last time they lost was against BYU when Gonzaga blew a pretty big halftime lead. That was back in February 2 years ago. And they just have chugged along. Maxwell almost had her 3rd and 1 opportunity. It rims out, but she'll go to the charity stripe.
When we talk about her three-point shooting, I think today she's shown she can definitely score in that mid-range area. Run her off the line.
Maxwell, she'll have a couple. What a college basketball Saturday we have for you on ESPN. The games tip off at noon Eastern, and these are the featured tilts. North Carolina State, 9th-ranked North Carolina, that's 4 Eastern. Then Virginia, number 10 Duke. And finally, to wrap things up, 4th-ranked Tennessee, number 14 Alabama, squaring off in the prime time matchup. Ejim flies in for another deuce.
Gonzaga with a little bit of half-court pressure themselves, and a 1-3-1 paid off that time. Got an opportunity.
We mentioned those 5 Gonzaga players that average in double figures. They've done it again tonight, Helen.
And that's what makes them so hard to prepare for. You can't focus on just one person.
Jump ball stays with the Pilots, and wholesale changes for the Portland Pilots. Dickey, Hamilton, Burnham, Cochran, Shear all checking in for Mike Meek.
Now basically coming back with their starting 5.
Hamilton, and let's see if Cochran will face up. Picks up that dribble. Dickey, aggressive to the rim.
Yeah, they needed that in the first half. We did not see it. I talked to Dickey's coach today about, I felt like she was better than the 9.6 points she was, averaging per game. I thought her skill set it wasn't really reflected by her numbers.
Dickey, the transfer from USF, stays in conference now with the Pilots. Dickey with the rebound. She's been really good on the boards tonight. She's got 7 caroms. Shear into the hands of Hollingsworth, who's been even better in the rebound department. She now has a double-double, does Hollingsworth. Her 4th double-double of the season. Looks like Cochran's going to pick up that foul.
Ejim doing a great job of taking advantage of her quickness, getting around Cochran there.
So her first, Cochran, 3rd team foul. Hollingsworth will take a seat again. Don't know if she'll come back or not, but regardless, another double-double for the Australian. Shooter's touch, everything going right for Gonzaga tonight. Ejim gives you 20 points a pop. She's nearing that.
It's a quiet 20, though.
Wasn't
very flashy.
So.
It was very. I mean, it was very efficient.
Yeah.
Wasn't flashy. It was just done within the offense. That happens every game.
She's so clever, and she just understands angles and when to put the ball on the floor, when to just go up strong, posts up so well. Burnham with 3 on the shot clock, dumping it inside. Well played by Burnham, and Hamilton gets the gimme.
One of the few opportunities they've had with the clock running down, where they've had a good opportunity at the basket to not be contested.
So as advertised, the 5 in double figures for Gonzaga hit their seasonal average in terms of double figures, and they just keep piling it on. As Little comes back in, Kaylee Trong will have a seat. 6:08, we're early in the fourth quarter, and this thing has been done for a long time now. 78-31. Ball up for grabs. Little comes away with it. Maxwell short on that triple. Dickey, another rebound. 8th rebound of the game for Dickey. Not there for Burnham.
You give Portland credit, though. They're still continuing to play hard.
You never doubt that from the Portland Pilots, ever. Run of the floor, perfect pass, and Shear scores. Beautiful dime from Hamilton.
And that's what they can create from their defense. You clip that and show it on the film tomorrow.
Up next for the Pilots, they will be on the road at LMU. That'll be their regular season finale. Gonzaga all finished with regular season contests tonight. They'll take that perfect conference record as the heavy favorites going into the WCC tournament in Vegas. Burnham. Cutting Hamilton, can't score. Again, run well, and efficiently run play, but they just can't score at the basket.
Nice deep post there in transition by Hyben. Just buried her defender on the rim.
So some contact under the basket. We'll take a quick break. 4:22 left to go in this game. 80-33, Gonzaga running away.
That is must-see TV.
Give her the ball!
Are you kidding me? And it's a tie game.
He dreams it! I can't believe what I am witnessing.
The streak lives. He's in for the win.
All right, let's just keep the March Madness going with the 2024 WCC Basketball Championships in Vegas, March 7th through the 12th. Orleans Arena men's and women's basketball championships. On the women's side, Gonzaga denied last year by the Portland Pilots. You kind of see the regular season champs, Helen, and then what's translated into tournament titles.
Yeah, it's game by game. It's nice that you're going to win the regular season, but it's one and done once you get to the tournament. So you got to play really well. I think Gonzaga's, again, they're peaking at the right time. They're playing well together. Their game is efficient. They're moving the ball well, playing good defense. So going into that tournament, they look good. I want to be you. I want to be in Vegas.
Oh, baby. No thanks. I'm not letting you come. And if I can't go, you can come with me. I'd love it. There's a good look at Fortier. Naismith Coach of the Year late season watch list. 4th among active coaches in winning percentage. What a job she has done here in Spokane.
It's a 9 20-win seasons out of 10 total.
Man, come on.
She was great today when we had a chance to talk with her about her team. Just appreciated her honesty about what her team could do and what they needed to work on, and just love her style in practice. She lets her coaches coach, puts her 2 cents in whenever she feels like it, and they respect her a lot.
That's a great point. 5-time WCC Coach of the Year, won it last year. Her club mopped up in the postseason awards, and could she win another one? Ejim the odds-on favorite to win Player of the Year. Muscling it in is Burton.
That's unfortunate, but I thought she did a really good job of getting over the top of that screen there. It's not an easy thing to do. It takes effort.
Yep, O'Connor, though, gets whistled for that foul, her second, team's second. Dallow checking back in, Emma Streeline for the first time. Ryan Mogul. All of these are Portland subs checking in. 3:46 left to go in this game. It was a 15-0 Gonzaga lead in the first quarter, and Helen, that basically told the story, and the Zags never looked back.
I mean, they just were on them right away.
Yeah.
And never really had a chance per se after that, although I thought the second quarter they played really good basketball. But they just could not hit shots, and they started taking threes, and only going to get one opportunity for those, and just gave Gonzaga opportunity after opportunity with their turnovers.
So Gonzaga will keep the win streak overall going. It'll go to 23. They'll win their 34th straight home game as Ananiev picks up that foul. Her third, team's fourth. And Maxwell back onto the floor. You just can't say enough about this team that in almost every facet of the game, Helen, they do it very, very well.
They do, and that really just, you know, goes to their experience. You got 4 grad students and 1 senior.
Yep.
So they're experienced and they're patient. They know what Coach 48 wants. They're not going to get too high or too low during the course of the game.
When the Trong sisters and Maxwell said, "We're coming back," this was after last year's season. Spokane collectively just was cheering from the rooftops. And what a difference. You mentioned that experience. They're just connected, aren't they?
And they're connected on both ends of the floor. You know, they have very good communication on defense. It's almost automatic on offense when they come down in terms of what they need to do.
So much joy as Maxwell will take a seat. Her last game of the regular season here at home, much to celebrate. Brenna Maxwell, one of the all-time greats from beyond the arc and then some. Tears. Hollingsworth, another senior recognized before the game. Yep. Kaylin Trong, yeah, embracing head coach Lisa Fortier. Destiny Burton. Am I coming out or am I staying? Coming or going, coach? Come on out, Destiny. You're getting your ovation.
They need the 5th player out there.
You're reading my mind. This place will keep standing, though. Over 6,000 at the kennel.
Nice play.
And Dallow will go to the line.
Very nice execution there.
Yep. So Ejim, with only her first, team foul number 3, Dallow, who's done a really good job for Meek off the bench after redshirting last year. This is a night to remember for Gonzaga for a lot of different reasons. Appreciative crowd and a ton of momentum for Gonzaga going into the WCC postseason tournament.
Now you get a chance to get a little bit of rest, take a couple days off, and make a few tweaks for the postseason tournament.
If this score or margin, I should say, stands, it'll be Gonzaga's largest victory ever over the Pilots, and Trong hits another 3. The place is going nuts. 18 now for Trong. Wow. 4 triples. Trong missing all of those games last year due to injury. And she's back and healthy and having a ball.
Well, that is one thing you do see with these Gonzaga players. They do enjoy playing together. They have a lot of fun. Of course, winning makes it fun, but they have a lot of fun with each other.
5 in double figures for Gonzaga. Maxwell with 19. The Trong sisters combining for 29. Hollingsworth with 10. Ejim with 17. And all those triples. High percentage stuff.
10 for 24 for the game. That's
what they average.
That's what they average,
Yep.
and they're at 21 assists right now, so they're over their average per game.
Whiz. They average 10, basically 10 triples a game, 24 attempts. Boom, right here. There's a buck 22 left to go.
And Dallow's given them some really good energy the last couple.
Yep.
A few times down the floor, including out of bounds. That's something I thought they should have done more of in that first half, was just drive to the basket, get in the paint.
Portland 3 for 28 from beyond the arc. They just never they never quit shooting from distance. So Dallow picks up her second. O'Connor will go to the line. That's a happy bench. A lot of smiles. Only a few games remain in the women's basketball regular season. So Thursday, we've got two of the biggest on the schedule. Virginia Tech taking on Notre Dame, and freshman phenom Hannah Hidalgo. That's at 7 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. Then ESPN2, Angel Reese and number 9 LSU squaring off against Georgia.
Virginia Tech with Georgia Amore and Liz Kitley, arguably the best duo in women's basketball.
So just seconds left to go in this game. Helen, what'd you like about Gonzaga?
I like that they started off strong. They were shooting threes, but they did a really good job of not allowing Portland to have more than one opportunity at the beginning of the game. And they struggled and forced them to take a lot of outside shots.
Claire O'Connor, that's pretty gutsy right there. Follows up her own miss in traffic, takes a little punishment and scores. And that'll do it. Gonzaga rolling, most one-sided victory over Portland in their series history, 90-40.
Yeah, just a terrific job on senior night, getting everybody involved. I think they're ready for the postseason tournament. What do you think?
I think they are too. They'll end the regular season on a great note. Senior night, packed house here at the Kennel, and a rout 90-40. 16th ranked Gonzaga keeps the win streak going overall and at home, dominating Portland 90-40. Lisa Fortier has got to be happy with that team performance. Everybody getting into the act in this one. A one-sided affair for Hollingsworth and her friends. Crowd's gonna stick around for this one. So will we. Take a quick break and come on back. Game for 16th ranked Gonzaga, rolling Portland 90-40. First undefeated regular season for Gonzaga since 2010-2011. For Helen, our entire broadcast crew, I'm Ann, saying so long from the Kennel. Thanks for spending your midweek night with us, and have a great March Madness. Good night from Spokane.